Trump is on record being for sabotaging the running of Obamacare. And we can report some numbers for you tonight. The number of uninsured Americans is up since Trump took office, 3.5 million. Gallup citing as a factor the uncertainty about the health care law, but it's also confusion Trump himself has sown on health care.
I have a big heart. I want to take care of people. We have horrible health care.
I'm going to put in a health care bill, a real strong health care bill.
You're going to get health care at a much lower price with a much lower deductible. We will repeal the disaster known as Obamacare.
Healthcare is failing in our country, and we're going to get it changed, and we're going to get it changed fast.
I'm joined by Reverend Al Sharpton, host of Politics Nation right here on MSNBC. Rev, I don't know if you know something we have in common.
What's that?
We have spent about 7 years covering Obamacare. I didn't know coming into this building we would become pseudo-experts, if I could say that about Obamacare. It is complex, and the law is not perfect. But the numbers that we have show that more people were getting health care when Obamacare was being run under a human services department that was trying to really run it. And right now, the numbers are initial, but in this first year now, fewer people getting health care because of the way Trump's running it, even though he failed to repeal it.
Well, I think that fewer people are getting it because fewer people are clear enough to apply. You certainly can't do. I remember my civil rights group, National Action Network, NAACP, and others were all in the drive, along with social media things, to really get people to sign up. You've heard none of that.
No, they're cutting that.
They're cutting that. They've cut the budget even to promote it. And people don't have the sense of security that I know what I'm joining. And the insurers are also being very let's say shaky, because nobody knows what you're doing. You have an executive order that he comes out with saying that we're going to allow insurers to come in with smaller guaranteed packages. Doesn't necessarily have to include people with pre-existing conditions, and they can lowball it, which then makes the whole premiums go up. Then he turns around a week later and says, well, I kind of like what I'm hearing, the compromise, the bipartisan compromise that Senator Alexander and Murray say that they come with. And then the very next day he says, yeah, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to support it. I liked it yesterday, but I'm not going to support it. In the middle of this, would you go apply for insurance? Or if you were an insurer, would you feel this is stable? So I think that his lack of being able to govern and his lack of sticking to a position has caused the lowering of insurers and the lowering of people applying for insurance, because you don't know what it's going to end up being that you're applying for.
You know him. You once explained his outer borough insecurities. Do you think this is strategic Donald Trump trying to badmouth that which he couldn't defeat in the Congress? Or is this just impulsive Donald Trump? Talk, talk, talk.
I think that you're seeing this obsession with that he wants to undo anything Barack Obama did. And I think it is also him saying he has a very serious problem of trying to show that he's the boss and he's smart. Anytime you have a guy that runs around talking about his IQ all the time, he's trying to convince everybody that I'm smart enough. So if somebody else comes in and says something, I'm smarter than you. No, I changed my mind.
Do you think Trump knows deep down that Obama had a much more legislatively effective first year? I
think that he knows that deep down that Obama did, that Obama knew how to govern better, which is why it is driving him crazy. It's like you're trying to measure up to a guy that is 7 foot tall and you're 5'10", and you're just not going to measure up. So you go and buy high heels, but you still are not that tall.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.